So there are actually 5 that I can think of specifically. The firewalling, the filtering specifically line-wise, which I know you all love here. Individual credentials / access, geolocation, and backups. So the first one's probably the firewalling. So we run a system called FortiGate Firewall, which does some filtering, but it's more intrusion protection for us. So if you think, who here knows about port forwarding or has heard that term before? It's okay if you don't. The simplest way for me to describe it is sort of opening a door to your home network or your network. So typically you don't have the doors wide open, and we close specific doors and leave specific doors open. So the KMOR portal, that's hosted at school. So with that, we need to open that specific door, but we don't want to open every door. So we do something called port forwarding in our firewall, which says, hey, when you go to kmor.ths.school.nz, go to this specific computer. So that's one of our servers here on site. And what that does is a very simple way of preventing people going, actually, I want to access this computer as well. The next is filtering. Now, this is more, instead of somebody outside trying to attack in, this is more somebody attacking an individual person who's already on the network. So one of the biggest things we filter is questionable content, in that scamming, phishing attacks, things like that. And a lot of that comes through emails right now, but it could also be downloads, specifically program downloads that have malware intact. So filtering helps with that. In if we block you from downloading that malware, you can't download and install it on the computers here, compromising our whole entire network. Next is the credentials and access control. So here we don't have shared credentials. Every single person has your own, as you're probably well aware. So it means that not only can we track who signs into computers, where, how often, not that we do, but it also says, okay, well, we don't want you specifically installing programs on our computers. So that goes hand in hand with our filtering as well, in that we don't allow you to install stuff on our computers, so you can't install malware on our computers. Now, here we give you a bit more trust in that we allow you to run a bit more than we probably should, but that is so you guys can do the work you do here. The next thing we have is geo-blocking. So what geo-blocking is taking your location, so the geographic location, and adding conditional access. So for Teardale, we say, if you're appearing outside New Zealand, we aren't going to let you into our system. Most of you who have VPNs would probably have seen the error message that pops up from that. One of the primary reasons we do that is because how many people in New Zealand do you know as hackers? How many people in other countries, the US, European, India, China, etc., that would be hacking? That is just it's not a perfect way. None of these are perfect ways. It's just an added layer to help us prevent outside countries attacking our systems here. Finally, it's not really intrusion protection, but it is data security, in that we run backups. So I would not rely on this as primary whatsoever, but we back up our servers daily. So it means that if, say, somebody cryptos a server, so it means we lose complete access, they lock it down and put a ransom on their data, we can go, actually, No. We don't care about the last day's worth of data or the last hour or two, depending on when it happens. We're just going to restore our servers from yesterday's where the attack was no longer there.
So what's the chance that they tell you they did it but a couple days afterwards?
That is a concern. So some malware is designed to only come up after a certain amount of days. It's happened big companies before where most backups you only have for 30 days is typically the standard. So if you put malware on our servers and then go 2 months down the line, lock our servers, well, all of our backups are going to have that malware, so if we restore, you can just trigger the malware again. Except for the we have off-site backups that we do keep on for longer. So some places will hold it will have a year or 2 years. So it means that you would need to have your malware sitting there for over a year before all servers were irrecoverable. Most hackers probably aren't going to wait a year before trying to pay out. Like I said, there's no perfect system. All of these systems added on top of each other increase the security at schools and other organizations.